Thank you for joining my presentation on self-care strategies for teachers. So what is self-care? Self-care is something that does not inflate the ego. It is really self-respect. It is needed to have healthy relationships as well as to be healthy physically, mentally, and emotionally. So why is it important to practice self-care? Practicing self-care can prevent you from being burnt out, can help you reduce stress. It's very hard for many to separate themselves from the roles that they play as educator, as parent, spouse, child, coach, advisor. The goal of self-care is for you to be free from any depression or anxiety and to really feel balanced. Your physical self should definitely receive 7 to 8 hours of sleep, exercise, drink water, eat healthy. Your mental emotional care should include positive self-talk. Maybe for your spiritual self, you're praying. Colleagues will be asked to take the professional resiliency and self-care inventory that we used in class to help them evaluate their self-care practices. So what are some strategies for self-care? Some strategies could be vision boards, lighting candles, going for a walk out in nature, a gratitude list of currently sitting down and writing a stream of consciousness that comes to mind when you think about being grateful, and saging your home. Vision boards have become my favorite way to practice self-care. I downloaded the app Subliminal Vision Boards, which was about $4.99 from the Apple Store, and it has been so worth it. I have made some visual boards for my goals for the next 2 to 3 years, some health and fitness goals that I have, as well as a meditation board. The app offers so many wonderful tools like subliminal meditation that I've practiced daily. It also offers notifications to remind yourself of your goals and some of the daily goals that you can set for yourself, as well as making them longer and extending them for a month or a year and actively working towards them. Audience members will be asked to take 2 minutes and to make a list of all things that they are grateful for. I will also share with the audience my personal gratitude list that I have come up with, and I will certainly leave some time for some Q&A and find out their thoughts thus far on some of the strategies being offered. Another great tool for self-care is journaling. I personally bought this Tiny Buddha's Grateful Journal. It offers some prompts as well as coloring pages and daily ways of just keeping yourself aware of all things in life we should be grateful for. A big part of my self-care is meditation. The link below offers 5 different meditation videos. This will also be an activity in the presentation for the audience members to take a minute or two and meditate. Some strategies for self-care in the classroom could be playing music, having students make a gratitude list, taking a walk outside, drawing. These are all great ways to have our students take care of themselves and remove some of the emotional experiences that they've had throughout the day and recharge. Some of the biggest takeaways from this course would be that self-care is not ego-driven. I think Module 1 talks about how, the Western ideology of self-care has to deal with the ego, but it's really about self-respect, and it is so needed for teachers. And that was one of the other big takeaways, is how important self-care is for teachers, dealing with the emotional components of teaching young children and dealing with perhaps, their issues being a special education teacher, dealing with some of the student anxiety as well as their backgrounds can be very challenging, and it does wear on you. And it's hard not to take home and worry about your students when you're not with them. So I do find so many important things from practicing self care that can definitely help colleagues of mine. The following is the participant survey on my presentation that will ask them multiple choice questions, as well offering them a box for comments and feedback on the presentation. The following are two resources for the audience to refer back to for additional information on self-care that I found to be very interesting and helpful.